They were separating identical babies at birth for the purpose of the scientific experiment.
In 1980, a thrilled 19-year-old Bobby Shafran headed to his first day of college. To his surprise, when he arrived at Sullivan Community College, everyone there already knew him and greeted him affectionately.
All these people are coming up to me saying, "Eddie, how are you? Eddie, hi." I'm like, my name's not Eddie. I don't know what you're talking about.
After hearing all the commotion on campus, Michael, a friend of the real Eddie, approached Bobby and put the pieces together. He knew that something extraordinary was happening.
He just said, "Were you adopted?" And I told him yes, and he asked my birthday, and he said, "I think you have a twin brother."
Bobby and Eddie quickly made up and were amazed at their similarities. Not only did they look alike, but they both had the same laugh and the same mannerisms. And as if learning that you have an identical twin wasn't shocking enough, things took an even more unbelievable turn. Bobby and Eddie's story made the news, and that's when David Kellman's life changed forever.
It was an article to Twins Reunited. I think I might be the third.
David decided to reach out to Bobby and Eddie. When they finally came face to face, it was a moment they would never forget.
Well, it's pretty unparalleled. I mean, you meet your two identical triplets. We just spent the year getting to know each other even better, and every day we sometimes learn more about each other. We enjoy each other more and more.
They had many shared interests while growing up, including a love for Marlboro cigarettes, wrestling, and the same type of woman. Not only that, but both Bobby and David suffered from a vision condition called lazy eye. The triplets became instant celebrities. They were interviewed on talk shows, appeared in magazines, and even landed a cameo in a Madonna music video. They rented an apartment in New York City and opened a restaurant in Soho. And what did they name their restaurant? Triplets, of course. Who says creativity is dead? They seemed to have it all, but as time passed, they began to realize the toll that their separation had taken on their lives. The triplets began to dig deeper into their past. It turned out that their birth mother had become pregnant at a young age by a man she barely knew. She was not prepared to become a mother and had suffered from alcohol abuse and unstable relationships with men. She made the difficult decision to give up her triplets for adoption. However, she was unaware that they would be separated. That wasn't enough for David, and he was determined to uncover more information and took the lead in initiating further inquiries.
I came across this secret study in which identical siblings had been separated.
That was how he discovered the sinister experiment they'd been unknowingly involved in.
And did psychological testing on a 6-month-old baby, and then went to another house to see his brother, and then went to another house to see his brother.
The triplets were separated as a part of a secret study on nature versus nurture. The scientists wanted to compare siblings who were raised in different environments. There are also suspicions that the study was investigating how hereditary mental health issues were, with most of the children involved suffering from various diagnoses. The brothers began to recall how, as young kids, they were filmed by the agency while doing various activities like riding a bike or painting.
We've been following the child as part of a normal study of adopted children. Would it be okay if we place this child in your home if we continue to follow him?
The adoptive parents believed that they were there to study the effects of adoption and were kept in the dark about the true intentions of the monitoring.
I would think that anybody would be evil enough to come up with something like this.
The experiment was sponsored by unknown private Washington charities, but the results were never published and no one knows how many sets of siblings were separated for it. Peter Neubauer, the lead psychiatrist, sealed the records and archives at Yale University until 2065. To this day, there may be people who were adopted through the agency who are unaware that they have a twin or triplet. Despite the challenges they faced, the triplets remained close and continued to support each other throughout their lives. Sadly, Eddie passed away in 1995, but his brothers have kept his memory alive through their advocacy work on behalf of adoptees. If you like this video and want to see more, hit that subscribe button.